What in the corncob is happening in the studio?
Hey, Pam! I put a corn maze in the studio to celebrate the fall. Come find me!
Where are you? I can't see anything past all this corn.
It's a maze, Pam. Just go with it. You're supposed to get lost. Pretend like you're Zelda and I'm Link.
But right, we gotta start the show.
I can't see or hear you very well, but we should start the show.
I'm Pamela Kirkland. It's Thursday, September 19th.
And I'm Ryan Willard. This is 10 Things You Need to Know.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Summer seemed to fly by, but did you know fall isn't actually here yet?
Wait, I just put a whole corn maze in here because I thought it was the fall.
Although Labor Day is often called the unofficial end of summer, the official start of fall is Sunday, September 22nd on the autumnal equinox.
The autumnal sequin box? That sounds shiny.
Equinox, from the Latin words equus, meaning equal or even, and nox, meaning night. During an equinox, there's almost equal amounts of night and day. This happens in the spring, too. After the autumnal equinox, as winter gets closer, the days get shorter and the nights get longer. For you tenors in the northern hemisphere, the fall months start in the second half of September and include all of October, all of November, and the beginning of December.
Before we celebrate the beginning of fall, we can celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, which happens annually from September 15th to October 15th. During this month, we promote the history, culture, and contributions of the American Latino community. Other national months start on the 1st of this month, but Hispanic Heritage Month starts on the 15th for a few reasons. September 15th is the independence anniversary for the Latin American countries of El Salvador, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Honduras. Mexico's Independence Day is the 16th and Chile's is the 18th, so beginning on the 15th is a strong start, to say the least. Throughout the month, there are concerts, parades, food, and fairs, as well as educational events like art exhibits. It's a great time to give special recognition to the contributions of Hispanic Americans to culture, economy, and society.
That really sounds like something to look forward to. But let's look back to last week for some news that's out. This
World!
Last week, the crew on the Polaris Dawn spaceflight made history when the 4 people aboard the flight performed the first private spacewalk, meaning run by a private company and not NASA. The crew included 1 veteran, 2 SpaceX personnel, and a former combat pilot. This is a really different case than the standard, where everybody on board is specifically trained to be an astronaut. This does not mean that just anyone can go into space. So Ryan, stop jumping so high on the trampoline. You're not going to get to space.
I won't know if I don't try!
During the trip to space, the crew reached a historic altitude of 870 miles.
870 miles? No, that is too high. I'm not going that high.
After coming a little closer back to Earth, the crew members exited the aircraft to test new spacesuits in development by billionaire investor Jared Isaacman and Elon Musk's company, SpaceX. The spacewalk was done after an hour and 46 minutes.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
So cool. Maybe I'll be an astronaut for Halloween. There are too many good options, especially after hearing about the new Chipotle costumes. The popular restaurant chain has teamed up with Spirit Halloween to make a line of costumes based on an internet meme where people were posting fake costumes in the iconic Spirit Halloween packaging. The companies now have come together to create real-life versions of costumes like a fork and Chipotle napkin, as well as bodysuits designed to look like a Chipotle water cup, burrito, or to-go bag. The collection dropped on September 6th, but there's still plenty of time to get a costume that's something to Taco-bout. Get it?
On the topic of Halloween, something spooky looms in the distance.
Oh my gosh. Is it a zombie hippopotamus?
What? Zombie hippos? No, not even close. I was talking about a government shutdown. A government shutdown might sound really scary, but let us explain. Government agencies need funding from Congress to operate, but a shutdown happens when lawmakers can't agree on the budget for the next year's funds. They need to do this by the time it runs out in September. A shutdown would mean closure of federal agencies and national parks, limits on public service, and millions of workers being furloughed. It's not the kind of fur like your dog or a rabbit. Being furloughed is the temporary unpaid leave from work. This is all happening just weeks before the big election, so DC is scrambling to get things back in order.
I'm not going to say that's scarier than a zombie hippopotamus, but I definitely don't want a government shutdown. You know what sounds really cool, though? Science that sounds like the greatest action movie of all time.
I think I know where you're going with this.
To the moon?
No spoilers. Let's take a quick break first. Hey, Tenors, we're going to be doing some election specials, and I need to know, what do you want to know about the election? Leave us a voice message at 877-10-NEWS or email us at hello@the10news.com and let us know what questions you have or tell us what you'd like us to cover. All right, back to the show.
All right, Pam, name 3 epic things that would be really cool to see in a movie.
Volcanoes erupting, dinosaurs, the moon?
Those are epic things, but they're not even in a movie. It might have actually happened. New findings suggest that there were volcanoes erupting on the moon while dinosaurs were on Earth. This means moon volcanoes were active much more recently than we previously thought. Scientists concluded this from analyzing tiny glass beads collected from the surface of the moon. Previously, we thought that volcanic activity on the moon stopped about 2 billion years ago, but now we can see that it was happening as recently as 120 million years ago, which is about how long it would take me to run a marathon.
Some scary news from earlier this week. Former President and Republican candidate Donald Trump was the target of what appeared to be an assassination attempt while he was golfing in Florida. The suspect has been identified as Ryan Wesley Routh and has been charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. This means that Routh had a gun illegally to begin with, given his status as a felon, and that gun was also tampered with because it was missing the number for identification. Donald Trump was unharmed, and the suspect fled before taking any shots at the former president. A Secret Service agent who was stationed one hole ahead of Trump on the golf course and saw a rifle sticking out of the nearby fence acted quickly and scared off the suspect. Routh fled in his car and was arrested. The former president and current candidate has increased security around him at all times.
A big thanks to the Secret Service for the work that they do to keep all the candidates and current and past presidents safe.
A legendary actor passed away earlier this month. At the age of 93, James Earl Jones' 70-plus year-long career came to an end. Even if you don't recognize the name, you definitely recognize the voice. You probably know him as Darth Vader in the Star Wars movies.
Luke, no. I am your father.
Or Mufasa in The Lion King.
A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here.
He's been in tons of movies, shows, and plays. He was one of the few performers to win an EGOT. That's an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony Award. This is even more amazing considering that he's done all of this after overcoming a childhood stutter and then became known for his incredible voice. He will be missed, and his contributions to entertainment and pop culture will continue to impact generations of kids.
Looking ahead to brighter days, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom will be available for Nintendo Switch on September 26th, and players can actually play as Princess Zelda. I got to play a sneak preview of the game, and I'm telling you, it is awesome! Echoes of Wisdom uses the same art and graphic style as the 2019 remake of Link's Awakening, but instead of leading the charge as Link, you'll be saving Link and playing as Princess Zelda, along with the ethereal creature Tri. You can use try to copy objects and copy enemies and use them both to solve puzzles and defeat other enemies. Echoes of Wisdom is less about swinging your sword and more about using your brain. So to all the grown-ups out there, the new Zelda game is kind of like taking your brain to the gym, so I would like to play more, please. Thank you!
It's about time Zelda got her own game. I can't wait to check it out. And for the last thing you need to know, let's kick it to Owen for some trivia.
What is going on here?
Trivia on the 10.
It's been a busy week of science news, and this one might keep you up at night. What superpower did Stanford University scientists temporarily give to mice? A. Invisibility. B. Flight. C. Mind reading. Or D. Super strength. Alright, tenors, did you guess it? The answer is A. Invisibility. Stanford scientists were able to use a common food dye to make a mouse's skin transparent.
The dye, known as FD&C Yellow 5, turned the mouse's skin red, which made the skin appear transparent. Their organs were visible to the naked eye, and the researchers think this is the first non-invasive approach to something really big. The study has only been performed on animals, but if scientists can perfect the ability to make skin transparent, it could be helpful for biology, diagnostics, or cosmetics.
Doctors could potentially diagnose internal issues without doing a surgery. Blood draws can even be faster and easier because the veins are easy to find. And you could also freak out your big sister.
The craziest part is that this dye is found in foods like Doritos, which will not turn you invisible if you eat 7 bags. Trust me. But if you eat 7 bags, you might disappear to the bathroom for some bum bum boom boom, if you know what I'm saying.
Ryan, is it okay if I borrow some quarters from the vending machine for no reason?
That was 10 things you need to know. Want to grab lunch? Rye?
I'm feeling pretty corny. I think I got lost again, Pam. Please do your best Zelda impression and save me with your echoes of wisdom.
Well, we should probably give 10 new snaps to one of our listeners. But first, here's a quick note for the grown-ups.
Hello, 10 News parents. Since you listen to the 10 News, I know you have some smart cookies at home. Well, today, I'm going to tell you about a great offering to complement their learning. IXL Learning is an online learning program that enriches your homeschool curriculum. It offers practice in math, English language arts, science, and social studies while adapting to each child, meeting them where they are. Plus, IXL encourages students to be curious and empowers them to choose how to learn. With its user-friendly organization by grade, subject, and topic, IXL saves you precious time by making it simple to find the right activities for each lesson. IXL provides instant feedback and progress reports, empowering you to track your child's development and promptly address their learning needs. It's personalized learning at its best. Make an impact on your child's learning and get IXL now. And 10 News listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at www.ixl.com/TEN. Visit www.ixl.com/TEN to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
Have you ever wondered who the Mary was from Bloody Mary? If the Loch Ness Monster was real, or if Ouija boards actually worked? On each episode of the family-friendly Unspookable, we look at the histories and mysteries behind your favorite scary stories, myths, and urban legends to get the real stories behind the scares. Want to solve your next mystery? Find and follow Unspookable now wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time for 10 News Snaps.
A tenor left us this review on Apple Podcasts. Hi, I love the podcast. 10 out of 10. Funny story, I was working on a Wings of Fire Blue-kit while listening to your latest episode, and I nearly started crying when I heard the Wings of Fire suggestion, and then left some crying emojis.
Thank you, Tenor. If I had wings and they were on fire, I would definitely be crying. FYI, 10 Things You Need to Know drops on Thursdays, and our deep dive episodes drop once a month. If you want some bonus content, you can join the Tenors Club on our website. And to our grown-ups, if you want to help support the 10 News, you can make a tax-deductible donation at the link in our show notes. The whole team thanks you for your support.
The 10 News is a co-production of Small But Mighty Media and Next Chapter Podcasts and part of the Airwave Podcast Network.
The 10 News creative team is rewatching Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6 in memory of the late, great James Earl Jones and includes Tracy Crooks, Adam the Great Bambino Bernard, Kyle Mookie Murdoch, Heba Gadaguda, and Carson Not So Harry Potter. Big thanks to Owen for contributing to this episode.
Our production director is Jeremiah Tittle, and our executive producers are Donald Albright and show creator Tracy Leeds Kaplan. I'm Pamela Kirkland.
And I'm Ryan Willard. Thanks for listening to the 10 News.